I can't help but wonder what would happen in the crossover between this movie and Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. That should make for a great sequel. You're welcome. Sing is the latest animated movie from Illumination Entertainment, and it is directed by Garth Jennings and Christophe Lourdelet, and it is also written by Garth Jennings himself. And it stars the voice talents of Matthew McConaughey, Reese Witherspoon, Seth MacFarlane, Scarlett Johansson, Taron Egerton, among others. And this tells the story of a koala named Buster Moon who owns this theater that has gone down into shambles. He has lost its former glory, and so now he wants to restore it and make himself famous and the theater successful, and for that he organizes the world's greatest singing competition. This movie is basically The Voice and American Idol and any other singing competition show that you know in animated form and in movie form combined. All the actors in here do a great job, the songs work great in the movie, and they actually have fun characters to play and you see them enjoying what they are doing. The worst crime this movie commits is that it is just way too generic. You know every single beat of the story. You know every single twist and turn that is going to happen. You know each road these characters are going to go into and its eventual conclusion. And that could have worked fine enough for this movie if they added something new. Look, the animation in this movie is great. In a technical aspect, it is very well done, perfectly done. But there's just nothing that ever pops out of the screen really after all the incredible looking animated movies that we had this year. Zootopia, Moana, Kubo and the Two Strings, Finding Dory, hell, even Secret Life of Pets. And with an animated movie that has such great voice talent, voicing these characters and making them their own, they don't even do a good job of making the characters similar to the actors in a way that animated movies usually do. I look at this koala, and if it wasn't for the voice, I wouldn't even say that he looked alright. Or this porcupine, it looks great, it's perfectly animated, there are nice quirks to it as far as it being a humanoid porcupine, but there's just nothing that screams Scarlett Johansson. If anything, and no offense to the guy because I do love him, Taron Egerton is the one that was portrayed the most into the gorilla in its design. There are funny situations and gags that run on screen, but most of the ones that work are just slapstick and they are just momentary. They are not something that lasts long for your enjoyment. You laugh at something the moment it happens, but then it's just generic. For what it's worth, I will say that this movie has an incredibly fast setup, one that does not flow very well, but then the problems re-emerge. I love when a movie and a story is quickly set up. I love when a movie is quickly set up, but you have so many characters that you don't really get to know them before they embark on this journey that is going to happen in this narrative, that you only get to feel for like 2 or 3 of them. For instance, Buster Moon, played by Matthew McConaughey, you know every single beat of his story. You know what he's going to do, you know how he's going to do it, you know how he's going to handle the situation, and you know how it will eventually turn out. And the trailers don't even make a good job at hiding it. Look, you feel for this guy because you get how much he loves this theater. You get how much he loves it, what he means to him, what it was for him to acquire it in the first place, and why he wants to save it. But the thing is that the movie does never focus on that besides sporadic moments when he's looking at a portrait he has on the wall. The movie then becomes just about you witnessing the talents of these voice actors and their singing abilities. The movie never honestly focuses really on the drama going on with these characters' life. It portrays them for the narrative to flow, but it really only focuses on the funnies and on the music, which is great, but you need something to glue them all together and to grab you, and this movie doesn't really make a good job at it. Seth MacFarlane is also great, but I think his character was made specifically for him. Once you see his character in this movie, how he is as a person or as an animal, whatever, you will see why Seth MacFarlane was chosen for this role. And he portrays his singing abilities very well. I was really happy to see how much Seth MacFarlane actually sings in this movie, and it was great. Him playing this gangster-like mouse, and it was great. The journeys in here for each and every character are great, but you know how it's going to be set up. You know how it's going to go midway through. You know how it's going to conclude. It's nothing new. This movie is completely harmless. It's not going to offend anyone in this world. I can't say that this movie is enjoyable for each and every demographic. Kids are going to enjoy it a whole lot more than parents. Parents will enjoy those 90 minutes. They are not long, but they won't remember very much of this movie and won't care very much for it either. It has good jokes, it has nice animation, but the world doesn't really come together. It does not have nice world building, as you guys know that I love. Zootopia did a much better job, and it wasn't really that hard. Just in the background you are mesmerized by what you look at in Zootopia. And I don't want to compare these movies, but they came out in the same year. They deal with a world where there are no humans, where there are only anthropomorphic animals, and you really have to see the things that glue them together, the things that are similar in each and every movie. I was not expecting much from this movie, but as always I left my expectations at the door as soon as I entered the theater. It was enjoyable at times, it has great voice acting, good to bland characters. You don't really feel much for anyone except Johnny the gorilla and Buster Moon the koala, maybe. There's also a secondary plotline that once it comes in, you know what is going to happen. Again, it's not offensive. I don't regret ever watching it. I'm done, and here's the review. And because of that, I will say that Sing gets a C+. What did you think of Sing, my beautiful geekies? Have you seen it? Have you not? What is your favorite animated musical? From Disney, from DreamWorks, from Sony, from any animation company? Let me know in the comments below, and also start leaving your questions for the hashtag Rogue1. The Q&A is coming right after Rogue One comes out, and after I bring you a spoilers-free and a spoilers review. And you guys have already started leaving a lot of questions. I can't wait to answer them, and maybe that will be a triple giveaway because it is Christmas time. Don't forget to like this video and share with your friends for them to join the beautiful geeky community where we can be geeky united. Thank you so much for watching, my beautiful geekies. I'm going to try and catch up on as many movies as I can from 2016 because we are officially in December and I can't wait to bring you all those reviews. So until then, stay beautiful, stay geeky, shit!